Meeting to order. I'll ask our county administrator, Mr. Meadows, if he will lead us in invocation and the Pledge of Allegiance.
Yep. Let's rise for a moment of silence, and then I'll lead us in the pledge. Let us pledge, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. All right. All right, new business. Do I have a motion for the adoption of the real estate tax rate and other property taxes for 2022 as advertised?
So moved.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, I need to know the tax rate that you're making a motion on.
Okay, let me pull all of them
I'll
up
be glad to
quick.
read them
Go
for you
ahead.
if you'd like. The tax rates that are included in this are the real estate tax levy at 89 cents per $100 assessed value, the personal property tax levy at $2.55 per $100 of assessed value, machinery and tools tax levy at $1.82 per $100 of assessed value, merchant's capital tax levy at $3.05 per $100 of assessed value, mobile homes tax levy at 89 cents per $100 of assessed value, and aircraft tax levy at $1.23 per $100 of value.
So moved.
Thank you, Mr. Meadows.
Excuse me.
You got that, Miss Vicki? All right, if you'll please call the roll.
Mr. Fidzikowski?
Aye.
Mr. King?
Aye.
Ms. Biggs?
Aye.
Mr. Motts? Ms. Bone?
Aye.
Mr. Shepherd?
Aye.
Chair Blevins?
No.
I have 6 ayes, 1 no.
Motion carries. Next up on the agenda is the adoption of the FY 2022-23 budget.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Discussion?
I'm going to ask Mark if you'll step to the podium to clarify the exact dollar amount that we're asking you to approve this evening.
Okay, this would include adding was approximately $380,000 to the proposed budget. When we do that with the exact number, it's $220,765,617. So 220,765,617.
Thank you, Mark.
Thank you. Discussion? Vice Chair Biggs?
My usual question, I just wonder if we ever heard anything back from the school system about what they were doing for salaries for school employees, based on what we're sending them.
I spoke with Mr. Krantz last week on Thursday or Friday, and he said that they were still working on that and that after your meeting tonight, they would figure out what their year-end balance was going to be and what they could do for the teacher salaries.
Okay. Would have been nice to know that before you have to vote on the overall county budget, but I guess we just have to go with that.
Madam Chair, one thing I wanted to clarify as well, in an email the other day, I mentioned when we issued the debt that peak of about $2.3 million was included. That is not included in the county's operating budget. That's going to be a one-time allocation out of our reserves to cover that peak. So I just wanted to make sure folks knew that that little peak was not in the budget. It's going to be covered otherwise. That's what we talked about that night with Courtney. So
that's coming out of the county side, not the school side.
that's correct.
So you have to add that to the monies that they're receiving from the county too.
We will be using some county
I mean, even though
reserves to cover that, yes.
yeah, even though it's not in their budget, so people can see it, it's still extra coming from the county side.
Yes, sir.
And we're not asking for it back.
That's right.
Okay. I'll have a question. Do we, and of course we may not, has there been any communication on Dr. Meyer and possible payout?
No.
Okay. And Mary, to address your questions again, we are, all of us probably are concerned or wanting to make sure, our teachers are our priority for the Montgomery County Public School System. And I'm hoping that they can look at some of the carryover money funds. I don't know if you all have spoken with Mr. Krantz about that, but on average, the school system has a carryover of $4.8 million. Now, I know some of that is purchase carryover, but an average of $2 million in operational carryover that they have each year.
He and I did discuss the fact that they have recurring carryover of that amount, yes.
And I also noticed that in the one-time monies of the $920,000 that we will give and are offering for them, suggesting, I guess, to use for their transportation for their buses, that looks like in the last 2 years, that wasn't a budget item for their transportation.
I think they always include it in their request and then pull it out, just like this year.
So those
They
would
fund
be,
it with one-time money, yes.
so if that's a priority for their teachers, that's a possible funding source to look at.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah,
That's one-time money. How can that be funding for,
If they fund the buses with the one-time money, then the whole 2.1 that is
Operations
proposed would
carryover.
could possibly go to teacher salaries. It
Thank
would
you.
be available for that.
thank you.
Okay. Any other discussion? All right, I have Madam Clerk, if you'll please call the roll.
Mr. King?
Aye.
Ms. Biggs?
Aye.
Mr. Motts?
Aye.
Ms. Bone?
Aye.
Mr. Shepherd?
Aye.
Mr. Fitchukowski?
Aye.
Chair Blevins?
Aye.
7 ayes.
All right, nothing on other business?
Madam Chair and board members, I was just going to mention that, again, thank you for the support and your diligence on the budget this year. I want to thank Mark and Angie for all their work. Lisa Rain, who's not here as well, put in a lot of work on this. We appreciate the support. We'll be back soon to talk about the capital improvement plan program, to spend a little more time on that. I appreciate the comments back on the email I sent out last week. We're going to be issuing the $10 million in county debt on Thursday, and we'll address those projects that were mentioned in that email, and got a busy year ahead.
Very good. Just like to thank Mark for all of his hard work and everyone in our finance department for that. Appreciate that. Anything else?
You have
Oh,
a question.
go ahead.
Go ahead.
I just wonder what the yellow flags are on top of the building.
We are in the process, thank you. I noticed that, I meant to mention that. We are in the process of re-roofing Building A now.
Oh, okay.
We did Building C last year, which is where the school board administrative offices are. Building A is the big building that fronts Roanoke Oak Street, and I got a little nervous because they started working while it was still sleeting this morning. I thought, please don't fall off the building, but that's safety measures around the top of the building. So the next 6-7 weeks, I believe, they're going to be up there giving us a roof.
Cool. Okay.
Supervisor King?
I'd also like to thank Mark and your staff, Angie, Craig,
Everybody.
Mr. St. Clair. Thank all of y'all for all your hard work for what you do. And also, when you get home this evening, thank your spouses and tell them we're sorry we tied up so much of your time. It's
Except
over
for
with
tonight.
for a couple of weeks, and then we'll get you back.
All right. Very good. This meeting stands adjourned. Thank you all.
Thank you.
That's what I call a meeting.
That was quick.
That's got to be one of the fastest meetings ever.